Back to this KASSADIN. This is a Fnatic classic. We've been seeing this played from this team all the way since Xpeke was starting to play this in Season 1, right? This is the kind of thing that Fnatic...
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see how this is going to go in game number 1. As, you know, just a little reminder, T1 taking that first series, but now we are moving on to match number 2, I should say, between Team Liquid from North America and Fnatic from Europe. As we're getting so many cool shots here as we move in. Maybe some more emote usage.
With the head but pulverize, RAZORK has some very straightforward stuns that they can put out, and of course Oscar has it ult.
HUMANOID going in for that one. Obviously, he does have Doom coming in from the top side, but now Umpty's here as well. Double knockup just to disengage. As RAZORK, he's like, I don't care about what you guys are doing. I'm taking the grubs here.
Yeah,
and yeah, he'll get one. But he does have to eventually get over the wall. And, you know, slight advantage goes over the side of TL, but not a huge victory at the end of the day. As Scored, I don't care about what you guys are doing. I am getting objectives, I'm getting money, I'm getting experience. Ooh. Now he's gonna find KHA'ZIX in his own jungle. That's first blood. It does go over to June somehow, as he didn't even use Ignite, but that is still a huge first blood here for Fnatic to kind of catch up on some of the small edges that were going the way of TL, but now Impact in a lot of trouble, has to flash away as Oscar able to stabilize very nicely up on the top side.
Yeah, luckily the equalizer there will keep it of the map, but because that was Fnatic's turn, they used a couple ults, they used a lot of their pressure early on. It does mean that Team Liquid can take their turn, pick up this dragon, and keep the game slightly in their favor. They've got 2 of the grubs, they got the first reach too hard. They have multiple strong ults that you could throw at Impact, and he does not have flash.
Here we go once again as the charm is going to come out, and that's a level 5 Alistair. June in a lot of trouble, lands the stun, but he finally hits level 6. Doesn't matter, he will go down as Jan is taking a bunch of damage, but Noah is alone in a 1v2. The flash comes in, and the Seri picks up the double kill, as we did have action in the top side as well. Oscar Rinen also going to go down as Impact gets a kill. That's 3 kills to TL in the span of 1 second.
What did I say, Brendan? This is exactly what we're looking at. They have all this pushing power in both the lanes that are really relevant around the objective of the grubs. And that means, hey, with 5 grubs already going over, we'll talk about that later as Oscar, oh, it was not a counter gank, and they're trying again.
Yeah, they're looking for Oscar in, and he is in a bunch of trouble, already taking some poke from the Ziggs as the stun will barely miss him. But Umpty here with his ult available should eventually get this done, right? I mean, he's going to be rooted down, and he just gets taken down in the 1v1. Not like this, Umpty. Because Oscar Rinen's like, yeah, thank you very much for the free kill.
You know that Umpty was trying to use the ultimate to counteract. No, and now APA, can you handshake your way out of this one?
So Satchel going to be very important. He's trying to get away from the Alistair here, essentially. Can he get out of range? He eventually does have to flash, but you can see that it's going to be a summoner taken down. As the Ziggs, the Satchel is huge for getting away from threats, but no flash now might make side laning much more difficult for him.
Yeah.
As the action never stops here. I'm sorry, you don't get to talk too much as they're getting on in onto the Zeri. They get the shutdown and even get KHA'ZIX as immediately this game is turned on its head again as Fnatic pick up 2 kills.
It's a complete script reversal immediately. Last time we saw that Team Liquid was so much better at trying to find opportunities where Fnatic was overreaching, but this time it's Team Liquid who's doing the exact same thing. They're trying to find moments to be very aggressive, and Fnatic are the ones who are punishing them for just finding out, right? They're sticking around just a little bit too long. Yes, they're going to get themselves another dragon. Yes, they got 5 grubs, which means that Twitch chat will be on their side, taking these down. Oscar?
Yeah, that's the ult over the top as Oscar Rinen is just going to be burned down. Has a lot of damage, but they get that top outer, but they lose an inner on bottom lane as well. And AP is going to be just so happy with this trade, is maybe looking for a bit more. Oscar Rinen does have flash, but even with that, he's just going to get flash on. There's no escape for him. Tries to do a bunch to APA, but it does not matter, as he will also collect a kill.
Yeah, really not, because I have people who are still able to watch the demolition.
Yeah, I mean, the Ziggs has played well. We already saw what it was able to do in game series number 1, rather. Game 2 between BLG. As, yeah, Oscar is just dead again. And again, it's Ziggs, it's Rumble, it's a Varus who's trying to side lane from the top lane. You know, Oscar Rinen's just trying to do his job, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm Varus without flash. I guess I just die again.
My bad. this is one of the things that I had an opportunity to interview Impact before we actually came into this, and one of the things that he was saying about Oscar is that
in game number 1, right? And look at this. I mean, you said the full court press is, yeah, Umpty might go down, and he will, but it's a flash, and, you know, they get the kill, but they also already trying to prepare for that. He's trying to get some deep vision in and trying to get some control over this map. But now we're just going to have a fight as it is, and Alistair out of position. And Young just going to avoid that one as now the TP coming in from behind. Humanoid is level 13. He's like, please, I want to do something in this game, but I don't think he's going to have a chance to do that. It's a very nice ultimate here from the side of CoreJJ. And now Umpty's getting resets. And this team fight is all Team Liquid all the way. As from downtown, you've got Rumble ultimates, you've got Ziggs ultimates, and nobody can get away.
We have an answer.
For very long.
We got an answer to that question. How soon will Team Liquid go for the Baron? Well, it turns out right on spawn. 20 minutes into the game, we see a couple more kills go their way. They're going to be starting up the big purple worm, and there's nothing that Fnatic can do about it at all. This is just honestly a kind of domination play coming out from Team Liquid. I was expecting that this series was going to be a little bit closer. Actually gets damage in. Team Liquid's already on the other side.
I was watching live as that was going on. Humanoid took the middle of the super and the Mega Bomb from the Ziggs, and now he's just dead, I think. I mean, he is going to Rift Walk away once, but not a second time. He's not level 16 again. And it's funny, the Baron buff, they're trying to take down inhibitors 21 minutes in. Is that ult is going to miss impact, and RAZORK's like, man, I'm not able to hit this. I'm not able to get much follow-up, although finally the Rumble will go down, as they do get that pick. But take a look at just the cue from the Ziggs hitting both Oscar Inen and Noah. They're just out of the fight. And now Oscar Inen, he is going to hold on to his flash, but I don't think he's holding on to his base for very long.
No, I mean, even with impact going down, this is what we were seeing with all the other structures. It's like, okay, cool, you get a kill, you get a little bit here and there, but Team Liquid's going to take even more. That's 2 inhibitor turrets and an inhibitor, and it's to take down this inhibitor either. But we do have to keep in mind, Humanoid still getting closer. It goes in.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of trouble, but immediately the follow-up comes in from CoreJJ. The poke is there. June is low. RAZORK is low. He's trying to get away. And June is not very long for this world. Umpty does get that reset. And again, the KASSADIN's just behind enemy lines. He's like, guys, I swear I'm trying to help. He's not going to get much value there as he just gets pushed out of the fight. And Team Liquid maybe trying to, we had a very long game, as you mentioned before, maybe trying to give us our shortest game yet, as we're looking at 24 minutes, and they're already chipping away at the base. The Satchel going to take down a Nexus turret already.
The fact that they just walk in, APA throws down the Satchel. As they're creating all this pressure, they're really just waiting for the Baron to spawn.
Yeah, definitely a good idea. I mean, the timing.
Oh, he's getting.
Oh, yeah, they're just going to send it. Okay, they're looking for Noah as he is going to ult away, but immediately Umpty does get into that back line, and the front line is burning. Oscar Inen in a lot of trouble. Humanoid desperately trying to hit level 16 as he's sitting on 15, and now we do still have this KASSADIN. Nope, he's gone. Okay, never mind. Down he goes, and I think the Nexus is going to follow very soon here. Team Liquid looking for an extremely dominant first game win over Fnatic here at the EWC, presenting League of Legends. And they will take down this first Nexus of the series. First time today that we're seeing the Talia, even though it was pretty popular. But it is going to be APA hopping back to them once again. And we are getting ready for game number 2 here in this series between Team Liquid and Fnatic. Fnatic moving over to the blue side after getting stomped on the red side and hoping not to relive some of what has happened between these two teams in the past bunch of matchups, especially that last one over at MSI. As getting ready here.
Pressure in this lane, not just because you're trading, but you also have to remember that Team Liquid is...
Flash? Okay, they're just trying to kill Yon here, and it might just work out, but now one last auto on a June in his first blood to the Lucian of all players, as now Noah's alone. He's trying to get the kill on a CoreJJ. He's not even going to be able to kill the Nami. He can't even get the Nami. Okay, he hits level 2, and now one last auto might do it. He does proc his barrier, but now he has to flash away. And it's from the Team Liquid bottom lane just to help them get across the line and get a massive lead in this bottom lane. And now Umpty's here. Nobody's got flash. Nobody. And they think they're safe. They think they're the ones hiding as now flash comes in from Umpty. And June is almost 100% dead as the damage is coming in. Aftershock not going to save him. And Noah in a bit of trouble himself. Takes a huge chunk of damage. And he just full cleared and went bot. I mean, it's pretty elementary, as now Impact in a bit of trouble, but he will just flash away from that one. As now getting a little bit close to the sun, RAZORK trying to punish this one, gets a thumbs up from Impact, as nothing is going right for Fnatic, and Team Liquid are just...
Oscar can build the Negatron Cloak without doing that, but it is just a complete domination top to bottom. Only 6 minutes, not even 6 minutes in, as they're already going for RAZORK.
Yeah, RAZORK gonna get caught here. The wall from the Taliyah is excellent, and now they don't quite have the damage, though, as finally they do take him down. Just looking a little bit iffy there, as APA and were taking a huge amount of AoE damage from the Hui, but it's still going to be good for the side of Team Liquid. They get the jungle that RAZORK, you know, tried to make something happen on top side. All he gets is a thumbs up from Impact. And now we got to dive on bot side. They know that RAZORK is on the top side of the map, and Noah is just in a lot of trouble. CoreJJ now, he will be traded back, and now we get a second kill over to the side of Fnatic. And through all of that, it does look like Yun should at least be able to take down the plate, and they deny even more CS away.
Create more opportunities for themselves to scale into the game, because the one thing I am a little bit worried about looking at this game is you have an Ornn on the other side. You have a Hui, you have a Corki. All these characters are well known for scaling super hard into the game, and Fnatic trying to put a couple of them and get a little bit more gold in their pockets.
Well, they're trying to go for Core here, but he's just going to flash away. Noah does pick up the kill, and now in a little bit of a rough spot. RAZORK will go down to Yun, and now we got the Taliyah coming on in. Noah, he needs the kill, but he's not going to get it, as will survive, as APA again is there in the nick of time just to save his team. And Yun throws in a nice little question mark
for JJ, but the problem in doing so is you overextended just tanky enough when all is said and done to give APA the time to get there.
Yeah, now we got some plays on the top side. Core in a pretty rough spot. I really don't know what he was doing there, but maybe trying to get some vision. It does backfire, and he will be taken down. So, small little victory there for Fnatic, finding a free little piece of sushi in the top lane.
I mean, it feels like fish are supposed to be in the river, right? That's exactly what their native habitat is. No way.
Well,
what?
Okay, that's just a shutdown from Noah over Yun. And I have no idea how that is even possible, but it did happen to walk over there and get anything going. So instead, RAZORK is just going to show himself up on the top side alongside of June, looking for APA. That's a very nice hook, and now the ult comes in. That is a very dead Taliyah eventually, and that's another shutdown going into the hands of Fnatic.
Yeah, it's going over towards players that can really use the gold. One of the major parts of that was how effectively they were able to move those pieces around the map, how effectively they were able to take down all of these structures. And admittedly, a big part of that was the fact that APA was on that Ziggs. He was able to just constantly nickel and dime every single one of these structures when he would get close. But we're not even seeing the same kind of attempts coming out from Team Liquid, and they are definitely known for being willing to opt into all these hands checks, and now they're going to be checking out how this mid lane is doing by dropping the Rift Herald.
I'm going to drop the Rift Herald, but maybe just trying to punish RAZORK here as well. But on the KHA'ZIX can be difficult, as he will just hop the wall. And meanwhile, the Rift Herald was utilized in mid, does not take Liquid.
First turret of the game goes down in about 15 minutes. Now looking for Noah.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Very, very dead this time, as Impact on the Rumble will take him down. Now, Oscarinen is getting some free time with the stop turret. But it's just more time where Noah's just not allowed to farm, and it's basically not allowed to be part of the game.
The game is a lot easier when one of your opponents doesn't really get to play, and now RAZORK coming around. Umti's right around the corner.
Yeah, well, in the 1v1 should be fine, but now we got TPs coming in, we got June coming in as well, and Umti, they're just going to leave him for dead. Not able to help him here, as even Impact might be in a little bit of trouble. The Ornn getting to work on him. June with the flash, just to make 100% sure, and with Impact on no flash, it will be eventually the kill going over to Oscarinen. So nice little turnaround there on the bottom side going to Fnatic. But he is trying to just magnetize towards the action.
RAZORK is there as well. Team Liquid might be fighting off more than they can chew.
Yeah, June is going to be in an interesting spot, but like you mentioned, just trying to bait for this one. Core getting pretty low as he will flash the rocket, and now we do have RAZORK, and a massive equalizer going to hit everybody. Even the Humanoid has to back way in. The divide does come through. Rather, the seismic shove will pick up Noah, just the cherry on top.
Great stuff coming out from Team Liquid. Finally finding one of those decisive fights that will get them a whole lot. They find multiple members. They lose no one. They get a structure as well. And they get to set themselves up with so much control of the top side of the map. This is...
But kind of stagnated on it for a while as that knockup is going to miss. Impact still in a lot of trouble here as Humanoid putting in that damage will knock the ult. And now a double knockup comes in here in the 2v2. You see Jun, though, is going to be kind of down. Some sniping, some help from Humanoid, but a lot of damage from RAZORK as well. They're trying to get Yun, but he is going to dash away from this one. As now Umpty looking again at the action. That wall is going to absolutely make quick work of him. And they also get the flash out of Oscar, who will get out of here. And it's just chaos on the top side of the map.
Absolute chaos. Ultimately, just a couple of kills go back and forth, but it feels like it kind of came out of nowhere, and that was really what we were looking for.
Worth of CS, so it makes a lot of sense that he's on top.
But it is worth noting that at this point in the game, the gold leads start to lie because we're starting to see the ornaments come through. Now, I'm a little bit disappointed because they lost all their cool names, but Umpty just goes right on in.
He's going back in, and he is very tanky here on the Sintaoist. Now an ult onto Yun, just trying to zone him away, but Umpty's getting a lot of value in himself as eventually he goes down, but now the culling comes out. As Yun is eating damage from the Baron, he nearly dies to it, and actually will have to get out of here. Impact also going down, and a massive snipe comes out from Noah as another shutdown in that 1v1, and Yun doesn't even use his barrier. Says, no, I was going to survive that all the way
through, and that's part of why others don't do any good.
Just not seeing it as a nice little play to get that dredge line into the wall from Jun. But yeah, now we're going to have the fight breaking out once here again, as Impact does have TP if they want to come into this one. And there it is, straight into the fight is now.
Humanoid.
Trying to turn on the Humanoid. He just runs into the enemy team and immediately dies.
Whoa.
But it's Impact doing the exact same thing with his TP. As down he's going to go. KHA'ZIX barely alive. It's only Yun. And yes, he is pretty fed, but I don't think he can go 1v4 here as Umpty trying to provide a front line. Oscar going in by himself. Umpty now trying to really provide that front line. Down will go Core, and Umpty is just a little bit too low. Yun desperate to try to 1v4, but it's not happening. As now the Ornn ult is coming from downtown. And unfortunately, it is too far away for him. But another good fight here for Fnatic to try to come back in this.
But now, I mean, this is why you actually got to play some of those scrims so you can look for opportunities like this.
Well, they're trying to go all in onto the Nautilus. This time, the equalizer will come down as the Ornn ult is pretty good here from Oscar in him, but there's just no follow-up as they would have had to force in through the choke. So finally, Team Liquid, they calm things down. They get a pick.
8,000 gold lead for the last 20 minutes. It's been hovering somewhere between 1.5 and 2.5, and now Impact getting caught.
Yeah, he's just immediately caught here. He tries to flash away as now Oscar in is going to be looking for the finisher, and he will get it as RAZORK actually gets the kill, and now Umpty just baited in. He's going to be taken down. A lot of damage is done by the culling, but it's now 3v5 for TL. As Fnatic, they get a couple of picks, they get the enemy jungler, and they will look to take the Baron.
This is really big. The ornaments are really starting to make this gold lead completely lie, and 2 members going down for Team Liquid means there's no opportunity for them to actually contest for this Baron. Honestly, Valdez, this game feels as though it's been going for a lot longer than 27 minutes, right? This is around the time where Team Liquid actually ended game 1, and now Team Liquid...
I mean, he has found so many angles even from behind, and now that he's ahead, he's like, okay, now it's time to go on the hunt, and Jun does an excellent job. And, well, right as I'm saying RAZORK's doing well, he just immediately dies. And now we get a huge equalizer over the top. You do see the Ornn ultimate also going to try to peel for the team as we do see Jun going down, but now Yun taken out. Umpty going way too deep, but now APA is going to get the flank here, and maybe it's enough as APA will take out the Corky finally as Oscar in alone 1v2. And can he do much here? Will he take down KHA'ZIX? It's looking pretty likely as he does go unstoppable, and there is the knockup. But another one is the seismic shove. APA does deny the kill.
Really good fight ultimately from Team Liquid to deny most of the usage of the Baron buff.
Can do some good work.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. But maybe then the rest of the team just takes you down. So it does feel like Fnatic's in a pretty good spot, although RAZORK nearly does die. And now they're calling, and he has to flash away. Meanwhile, on the top side, Impact's in a lot of trouble, but the equalizer is good. And now a fight potentially brewing here So that's a very nice seismic shove to come out from the side of Team Liquid, but now Umpty in a lot of trouble. Does tank up a huge amount of the damage, and now RAZORK is back into the fight. Does take down Core, and the AoE damage from the Hoy is huge, but now they go way too deep, and Humanoid and Noah barely surviving. Analysts earlier today, done with the desk segment, but you know, anybody can still win this game, funnily enough, from this position.
Yeah.
As not a lot of vision there for Team Liquid, and now, right as they say that, it looks like Fnatic get a massive engage, but now the front line, June, in a bit of trouble. RAZORK has to jump away, and now the equalizer is pretty good. Want to try to cut them off as Humanoid in an awkward spot, but not dead yet.
Team Liquid has the inside track towards the mid lane, and Fnatic very low. It'd be very hard to do this Baron. They're trying to corral them.
And Team Liquid are doing a pretty good job of that. The flash comes in, Impact in a bit of trouble, trying to get away from this one. Umpty, though, frontlining for Yun on the top side of this fight. And now RAZORK, they're going to spot him on the top side here as well. Mid lane still going to push. The dredge line is going to miss as APA is trying to chip away once again with his own Leandries.
Impact looking to back away so he can get a teleport back into the fight. Team Liquid not having the vision necessary to continue chasing Fnatic around. They finally know that Fnatic is not, in fact, hitting the Baron. That means that it is Team Liquid's turn to do so, trying to make sure that nobody can teleport back in.
Trying to get this fight going again, and June is in a ton of trouble. He just goes down, and that's going to be the end of that. TL, they force Fnatic to try to answer the call on the Baron, but now they're just going to have to give it away. Team Liquid, look at them. They had a huge lead, kind of threw it away. Fnatic were playing well, and now they're back in the direct.
Still building up these organs. Everyone actually has one at this point, and they are incredibly strong, and they only get stronger with the fact that Noah has another item yet to build.
Yeah. I like how casually NA versus EU is both the fastest game by far we've had so far, and also looking to potentially break the record for the longest game in the same series. As now, trying to frontline here, Umpty in a lot of trouble. Will Crescent Guard and try to get away from this one, but the knockup once again as Oscar in and will assassinate him, but now the knockup comes out when Oscar's in a bit of trouble. He has to get away. The equalizer is huge. The front line is just melting here on the side of Fnatic. Everybody is super low health, and a flash forward from Yun is enough to take the double kill, and now Noah's like desperately trying to hold on to this mid lane, but eventually he should go down as he's just poked away by Stones, and maybe Team Liquid, they just end the game here.
It took 37 minutes for Team Liquid to remember how much of a lead they had early on in this game. It is only RAZORK left to try and defend Fnatic's life in this tournament. He needs to do a miracle play right now if they want to keep on their key.
I just don't think he's got enough. You know, maybe if this was Ziggs or Anivia or something, but KHA'ZIX not looking good for him as Team Liquid took them quite a while in game number 2, but it will be the 2-0 victory to take the series up against Fnatic.